Alright, after all those loud noises, back to the serene background music that is Caesar 3. Okay, we're back again with a map that may look a bit familiar to many of the Caesar 3 watching fans. It's the return of the Hamster Island, Extreme 2, whatever that could mean. We played this island, or this archipelago, not too long ago, and we got stonewalled, quite literally. The map maker decided to cut off the entire northeastern portion of the map by positioning a rock right here so you wouldn't be able to bridge over. So I wasn't able to build here or use any of the farmland on the map. Or, oh yeah, there's more farmland over here. How about that? The map has since been rejigged a fair bit, and we're going to play through it once more. Let's make sure we're... okay, very hard. We keep it to hard until we're at 300 population due to a bug in the game. I wonder if we could investigate fixing that someday. Regardless, I'll slip that back up when we hit 300. I'm sure people will remind me otherwise. What do we have to play with here? Well, not a whole lot currently, because I don't have the right things on the screen. Let's just not be seeing anything right now. I need you, and back to you, and I think we're okay. I didn't have the text sheet open that tells me what my trading opportunities are. We can trade with quite a few cities. There are 5 of them. Ignore what's on the screen at the bottom here. What I need to know is that Capua buys iron, Tarentum buys furniture, Brundisium buys fruit. Those are about the only ones that I can afford early on, even though the prices are 600, 900 and 1200, which is pretty terrifying. I'm being asked about the bug. Inquiring minds want to know, and that inquiring mind is Gulmar144. When your population is between 200 and 300, no matter what you do, their mood will be so bad that they will emigrate. So you'll hit like population 240, then they'll be mad and emigrate until you're at about population 180, then they'll immigrate again, and it's a hellish cycle. And there are elaborate ways around it, like you connect a massive aqueduct snake that they have to make their way through, so that you have enough people on the map to break through 300, but I prefer just to use this, switching down to hard, then back up to very hard. So, there's not a lot of building space here. The bulk of building area is here, although natives dominate it. Thankfully, we have the Brazilian power of mission posts to placate them, but it's going to require quite a few of them, and mission posts are not very forgiving when it comes to your employable workforce. We have area here, but it's protected by a big batch of wolves that are going to give annoying awoo sounds for some time. Up here, this is more horrible land for building with, because part of it is elevated, making water very difficult to work with, and just... it's one of the few places we have access to stone, though, so if I want to mine out either marble or iron, this is a place to do it. Great arable farmland up here, except it's broken up by water, and I'm not sure how well we can actually bridge across the gaps here. Regardless of bridging across, it's very difficult to move food over long distances in this game, such that unless it was, say, a third food type for patricians, I would never want to move food from here to here, for example. It's just so far you would lose, you'd lose something like 70% of the productivity there. It would be brutal, especially when they have to navigate all these islands on the way. There's no boats for our people here. This isn't, what was it, Pharaoh? Yeah, I think Pharaoh had that. People spawn here and leave here, so no matter what, I have the expense of building some bridges from the very start. And speaking of expense, we only start off with 3,000 denarii, which is a paltry amount of money. Given that I have to spend money on bridges, initial building, and opening up trade routes, which are hellishly expensive, I'm a bit... oh my, there are a couple more over here. For the mere 4,000 denarii, I can open up trade with Athens, who will buy 15 meat. I mean, how long will it take to make a return on that? Meat, 36, 15, 300. Okay, give it over 10 years, I might make a return on that. So I have no idea what Hamster was thinking there, but I don't know what he thinks in general. We have a central area here with a bit of rock, which could be useful. We can mine out a little bit of marble or iron, could be useful. But nobody will buy marble. Capua will buy iron, but iron is a very poor trade good. There's also the opportunity to farm a little bit here, but it's... ugh. Building the farms and building any kind of road for them here seems like a futile effort. There's even a lovely bit of rock there just stopping us making this bridge over here, so we have to go up through top. So, the creator really wants to torture you, says Shen1412. You're most likely correct. The creator of this map was Hamster. They made the initial one as well. From what I remember, the ship spawns around here. So what I'm probably going to have to start off doing is making a little voluntary labor camp down here. We know it's voluntary because people choose to move to this city. I'm going to slow the game down as much as possible. Normally I do it with key bindings, but just to make sure, game speed absolutely as low as it'll go. Okay. Speaking as low as we can go, I want these initial bridges to be as small as possible, so that the cost isn't quite so dramatic, although that's still pretty horrifying. And I know I'm going to need to trade away furniture to make some initial money, so I know I have to open up trade with Tarentum. So let's pay that money early so that we have a better idea of what we're working with. Just like that, half of our money is gone, and it's going to go further, because I need to clear this area for people. Oh, right, one thing, well, a few things we didn't look at. I'm not going to pay my people a penny until I have to. I've been given an architect salary, which is considerably better than no salary. We're going to drop it down to engineer so that imperial favor drops a little slower, but we have no personal savings. We only need 30 culture. Great, culture is a rubbish thing to be based on. It's just spam buildings, the rating. Prosperity is 85, which means we absolutely must have patricians. Even if I made everybody Grand Insulae, and I will not be making everyone Grand Insulae, we'd only hit 80, so I need some patricians to pop us over that. Peace just means I need to have nothing broken down. Favor 100! Okay. Madman. What else? This is what we have available to us. I think we opened up something. Yeah, olives and oil became available because we can import olives from Tarentum. Could be useful, probably won't. Not until we get patricians at least. Otherwise I don't think there's anything really to look at here. If course is above 80, I assume you mean prosperity. Yeah, you're always forced to make patricians if your prosperity requirement is over 80. 80 is as good as you can get with plebs, and that's perfect case scenario. No tents, all Grand Insulae. That would get you 80. Well, a cap of 80. You still need to get up to there by not running a deficit, among other things. This is difficult. If I want to clear out the whole island, it's going to cost me 400. I can't do that anyway because I need some of these to make wood with. But do I have the ability to make a dock over here? I do. I might want that. Actually, that's the only place I can really make a dock. Yeah, looks like my dock has to be here regardless. Strange, I seem to recall making it down here, but I recall lots of things. The question of feeding people is a difficult one. A very difficult one. An extraordinarily difficult one. Okay, here's where the arable land is. This is probably only going to feed trade, and I don't know where I'm putting my patricians, but I might have to use the bulk of this for building on. It's some of the only good building land there is, despite the river in the middle. I guess it's more of a lake if it doesn't run into anywhere. This is arable land, but unless it connects down to here... It technically does. The best kind of does. Okay, so we can very elaborately get this food down to feed people that are here. That is good to know, but this also has good dock access for fishing here. Is that the only fishing point on the map? Fishing points can be, you can tell where they are because of the birds, but the further they are from coast, the more inefficient your food production becomes. This is, it's getting pretty damn rough. Ah, there's a fishing point here. Very awkward to get to, but still usable. With enough wharves around here, we could probably get some good food production. But the production's not all the problem. The biggest problem is distribution. Even if I make tons of food here, how can I feed people here with it? It's madness. Sheer, unadulterated madness. This is a massive logistical nightmare, this map. Okay, right, well I gotta do what I gotta do to start off with. I know I need this area for shipping things away. And I know that the only thing we can sell right now is furniture. So I'll probably have this area dedicated to actually making the wood. So timber yard, let me see what I could do. 1, 2, I want more than 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 could go here, but I only need, oh man, not thinking well, am I? I only need 2 of them in order to fulfill all our trade demands, so yeah. I don't think anybody else will ever buy my furniture. Ah, no, we have native trading, don't we? That is... It looks a bit messed up, but that is a native trading guy. The graphics for it flip out. Okay, there'll be no native trading. I don't have any road access to this guy whatsoever, so no to native trading. So all I need are 2 of these. So that should do. The rest of this wood we can get rid of. I'll keep a little bit of it over here just in case I messed up and need more, but that will be what we get. Also notice my money is down to about 1/3 of what we started with already. So 1, 2. This needs to have access over to where all of our people are going to be. The people will likely be here. And they need to go down to where the dock is. 1, 2. There's a dock. There we go. God, even building roads is making me worry about my money. People are needed. How many again? Divide it by 5 and you'll have the population. No, times it by 5 and you'll have the... No, times it by 2 and you'll have the population. God, why can I not think? One of these will give me 5 population. And I want just shy of 300 of them. So I need a... Oh man, why can I not even calculate? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 200. 210, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 5. And an engineer post to make sure not everything falls down, and a doctor to make sure that, well, the other side of things not falling down. And this is part of another awesome idea. If I have the gods taken care of, and I will need to take care of the gods or else they'll hate me. Ceres, well, we don't care about Ceres, screw her. We do care deeply about Neptune, Mars, Mercury and Venus though. Well, I guess not so much Venus. Still, we haven't even started the industry yet. I need a couple of timber yards. And I need some furniture workshoppies. I wonder if I could just loop this whole area around. You know, I could. There we go. Shame about that little loose end there, but what you gonna do? So a workshop for furniture is needed. Actually, quite a few of them are needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're already in debt. Let's just embrace it. We need a dock, and we need a warehouse for all these goodies. This one will only accept furniture for now. And I hate these starts with no money, you just can't do anything.
You got through those funds quickly. Try to make these new funds last longer.
In a remarkable show of generosity, this map actually gives me some bailout money, rather than, like... Which map was it that gave me no bailout money? It was the biggest joke. Right, these will help with the desirability of the nearby homes at least. To a degree. So there we go. Gods are happy, people get a bit of medicine, everything should be taken care of structurally. and we should get trade going. So this is an alright voluntary labour camp. I'd like to have more, but this is as good as we get. Now we can actually speed up and say hello to our immigrants.
Greetings, I'm new to this place. Do you know anywhere to live? I've heard there are jobs here. Ah, I want to be a lion tamer.
Well, I mean, we could carve little lions into the wood, but you're going to be chopping wood all day for many days. I forgot to mention, but we have a time limit on this map. The time limit is 360 months, so we must win within that time or it's an instant fail, because it didn't have enough challenge going for it. So look at the size of this island. It's actually pretty good for building on, and this is as much as we can cram into it for now. We need a population of 6,000, and this is all the map that we have to work with. It's not great. It's far from great. Hamster says, lore-wise, the earthquake already happened, so that's why the central island is shattered like this. There was an earthquake right here in the first map, and it contributed towards the unplayability of the map. I'm not sure if it was possible at all. Maybe if I could play it with all the money and time in the world, I might be able to find a way to squeeze out the requirements, but it seems pretty difficult. There we go, there's our native trading post, but we can't trade with it. Ooh, unless... maybe they can... no, I don't think it can spawn like that. So we have we've got a fishing point over here, somewhere. They are very far away from the coastlines here. There's great coast for fishing here, but that's not the same as great for feeding our people. Probably what's best is to have a bit of a bridge network. Not an engineer post network, a bridge network that connects this area up with here, and we centralize the food into a granary here from all the fishing, and then we feed loads of people here on fish, and I mean a metric butt ton of people. Markets here that go around but go over here to fetch the food. That could work. I could probably house 2,500 insulae on this island. Maybe.
Could you spare some stroopwafels? I haven't eaten in so long.
Must suck to be Nitro.
I came here to chew gum and fix buildings, and I'm all out of gum.
Okay, normally I make some mistake early on, but this seems pretty palatable as long as we can get some actual wood chopping going. We're short on workforce. Ah, the shortage won't last. As long as we keep getting these immigrants in.
Salwe, the plebeians urgently need more food.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't sail this way. This city never buys anything or sells anything.
Who was that badass engineer? I've never heard that line, says Pepperan. Oh, how nice. Mercury, charmed by me, has uncovered hidden produce in my granary. About that granary. I have no ability for building up defensive units here. At all. Damn. I need to... oh, for the love of God, I can't even use this for building homes on. I need it for defensive works. I remember this from last time now. I got invaded here, and the only way to destroy them is with walls and towers, which are massively expensive, both on building and on workforce. And expenses don't go well with me when my city funds are scraping by barely. Okay, well, there's a big help. Mars has decided to come and help me out.
I came here to chew gum and fix buildings, and I'm all out of gum.
I can't wait to do some trading here. I love a good deal.
Also, towers are the only way to kill all those wolves, and God, those wolves are annoying. Right, we're starting to get some furniture now. Let us tell our trade advisor to get rid of them. Does the blessing of produce get lost due to not having a granary, or does it get deposited once you build the granary? Oh, it's lost. It's a one-time only deal. Why the wolves? Why the everything on this map? I wonder if we can get rid of those somehow. Or at least turn them down. I think they count as speech. So I'd have to turn the speech down quite a bit in order to stop hearing those wolves so much.
It really takes a toll on you.
Wait, no? Ooh, if it's not, maybe it's a... is it a sound effect? No, what the hell is that sound? Is there any way to get rid of the wolf sound? City sounds then, going way down. No, I think there's just no way to get rid of the wolf sounds. Does the architect prevent fires, or is that a different job? The prefects prevent fires, but there's no sense in building them here because it's a northern map. There's no risk of fire at all.
Another successful voyage. The profit from this place makes the seasickness bearable. Haha.
You know, I should look out the wolf sounds and just delete them from the game. That would be a good move. Somebody should remind me to do that between these runs, because I'll never remember it shortly after.
There's malnutrition everywhere, yet no food to treat it.
Okay, so I have a little bit of money. I can actually start doing things now. The question is what I want to do. How much workforce do I have to play with? 35. Right. I'm tempted to start killing some wolves just based on the fact that they're this annoying. Might be difficult though. I forget if they can run through gatehouses or not. I do forget. Still, I think we all agree that the wolves need to die. So what I can do is, I forget if they need labor access to get the stuff that they need. I think Aftish would like to dub the wolves. He's tired of yelling "Ura" all the time. I actually don't have a plan for where I'm meant to go from all of this. So we're making good money on the furniture. I could make good money on the iron as well if I built this up and started bringing it over, but then I'd need to start paying my people and consider feeding them, neither of which I particularly want to do. Ugh. I think I'll just keep this as general making food area. I could export meat, but that would be to Athens, and the cost for opening up Athens is 4,000 denarii. I have no idea why. You'd have to ask Hamster about that one. Although fruit can be sold to Brundisium, but this is the only place that I can make fruit, and that's nowhere near enough to make the money back. So yeah, basically I am struggling for thought on what I should be doing here. Highly struggling. Pacifying the natives would be expensive in terms of everything. God, everything is just so crap in this map. No, I think however I cut it, I need these wolves to be dead, because then I can start using this island. I could build it up, feed it with fish from here, and then have at least small hovels to begin with, and then we grow from there. So let's consider how that would go down. I'd need a wee bridge going over to here. There's plenty of other places for ships to go around, and I think it's too small for a ship bridge. One could go there, but boy would it be expensive. 700 compared to 160. It's a no-brainer. Then again, there's a lot of weird bridging. Every time I bridge, I'm removing a place that could be used as a dock as well. 1, 2, maybe not so much here. This is really preventing it from being a place that one can fish, though, because of all these bridges. In the end, I need a ship bridge. Let's just gash this is. There we go. That was a big mistake. Now the wolves can get across over to here, where I don't want them. So this is what I'll do. I shall set up a wee wall here. Aqueducts and wells are cheaper, but what you gonna do? Now... I need another lump sum of money to be able to get units over here. So we'll kill all the dogs on the island, and then we'll go over here and kill the dogs on this island. If only I could use the blessing of Mars to kill all the doggos. Ceres hates me and destroys all my crops, but I have no crops to worry about. Alright, there's my lump sum of dosh. So, what we shall do is... Ah, bollocks, I can't even get to there. That was a waste of a bridge. Okay, how do I get around then? I could go jump, but then ships wouldn't be able to travel through here at all. They'd all have to go around. Yeah, I guess I could build it here. This is so expensive. And I'll have my barracks right here. Right here. That might be a better place for it. Because this way, it gets access to labor. Oh, shoot, that's a bad idea. It's going to fall down. Well, that was a waste of money. Where do I want it then? There might do, actually. For now. So this might seem utter insanity what I'm doing and why I'm fun. That won't work either because of the water. Water is right there. Okay, well I guess we'll just have you... I do not want to... It's costing me so much money making it and deleting it and such. What I want is to have the barracks just one away from the road so that engineers actually look to it, but I want it to get labour access and to have a separate road that goes off over to there. But that tiny bit of water is just getting in the way. Might just have to smack you down here and live with this road. And hope that nobody really wanders off to it. I can build a gatehouse here. Well, I could build a gatehouse there even. But that's expensive. I don't have the dosh for that. I guess it's no big deal. Okay, so they're not requesting anything of me. So I'm going to build a single little tent there. And I'm going to delete you, mostly so I can hear you.
I've been thrown at my own. I've got nowhere to live.
You'll move up there, man the tower and start shooting the dogs. Then we only have one other batch of dogs to shoot. Oh, there's more over here. But at least then we'll be free of the howling. We're making okay-ish money, but...
Another successful voyage. The profit from this place makes the seasickness bearable. Haha.
Okay, there we go. Now it's manned. And you're gonna start shooting these things. Hopefully. It's one shot, one kill on the dogs, so we got that going for us at least.
Salway, the plebeians urgently need more food.
Might take a bit of time. but gosh, it takes a while to make any money. Not much left of the doglets, they're almost all dead. But yeah, I'm so reliant on this guy coming along and buying all my furniture. That's why I keep the warehouse really close, means he can do it very quickly. Okay, these doglets are almost all dead, there's just one hiding there behind the woods, but we have the power to remove the woods, and then remove the dog. Is that still a dog? That is still a dog. How about that workforce? 20 unemployed workforce, so I can still put them to work, but there's nothing profitable I can really make them do at this point. What a whiff shot. It's even more of a cost, because now I need to go even higher to get to the other doglets. But we'll get there. Oh, there are 2 wolves. Well, please kill them both. A ship bridge is expensive, but it might be useful to me to build a ship bridge rather than any other kind of bridge. Yeah, let's just eat the smaller short-term expense here. Boom. And I need to get over here some way, somehow, too. Not a lot of options for doing so. There we go, nice and dead. But I still want these ones very dead. Might be an idea just to reposition over here. I wonder if this would work. Just doing it like so. Oh right, they can't do anything because they're stuck there. There we go. He finally hits it. And I'm gonna get rid of you because if we go to 300 population, then that'll be the end of me. Right, I think you need a road connection to the barracks or else you don't technically get your gun. There we go. All gunned up. Will the wolves cross bridges? Oh yes, they will. Thankfully I have the towers ready for defense. However, they may go further than I want them to. I could build a gatehouse, but gatehouses are expensive, so no thanks. Need another crappy bridge. Is it going to be like this? It's about as short as I can make it. Right, so unfortunately, they're moving across over to here, which is bad news for me. There we go. Would have been very bad if they'd gone to my population center and started eating everyone. Clear 00 says, Jake, personal opinion on Imperator Rome. I try not to do personal opinions on our games like that. Feels like bait. Okay, great. With that done, I can start thinking about how to use the island here. Sniggering away is Clear 00. Okay, how am I going to use this properly? This has the opportunity of pumping out lots and lots of fish, but the way I've set up my my bridges is quite contrary to that. And please kill off those dogs. Yeah, they just want to run away over there now. It's also a great opportunity for fishing right here. Look, this is a fishing spot. I could set up lots of wharves right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 is not a lot of them. But it's not just setting up the wharves, it's distributing the food that they collect. So yeah, I'd get a bunch of fish here, but I can already get a bunch of fish for you guys from this. And I do need a shipyard, or else it's all for naught. And I've not left myself a good shipyard area here, have I? Far from it. Now this could work. But in the end, population's what I'm going to need. This will be expensive. Gosh damn these wolves. So there we go, that should hopefully, oh yeah, I need to actually put the tower here. That should hopefully be the end of all wolves, unless there are more of them hiding about, but I don't think there are. The money isn't exactly flowing in.
I can't wait to do some trading here. I love a good deal.
Reason being that, oh yeah, it doesn't even show up there, does it? It's going to be very hard to tell how much I've traded each year. But I can only trade 15 per year, and that's not a lot of money. This is taking way too long. I shouldn't be dedicating so much time to this trivial action. But there we go. The doggos are the most annoying part of this. But man, we've eaten through so much of our time already and I've barely done anything. Right, well, let's be doing something then. I need to get rid of this and start building up this island into something I can use. Wait, are those ah. Well, I know I need a bridge to here anyway, but... These dogs are really no threat to me, but I want them dead anyway, because of the noise they make. And then we'll be finally done with them all. Right, so Caesar wants tons of marble. How many tons of it? 20 tons of marble. I have 36 months to comply. This is about the only place that I can reasonably make marble right now. So I'll have to kill off all these guys and start making that marble. I mean, I could do it up here. I didn't really plan to build this area up already, and I barely have the money for building up anything. It's unfortunate. Oh, okay. The wolves are still around, but hopefully about to die. Do this so I can actually see those wolves as they die.
Another successful voyage. The profit from this place makes the seasickness bearable. Haha.
The export situation is grim, but I should probably start exporting iron to Capua in order to bridge some of the money gap. God, there's just so little to work with on this map. So I could use this for the iron. The iron can go about this far. Can I set up a second dock anywhere around here? I think this one would lack access for boats. I could build one here, actually. I could actually build one here, that might be better. It would really ham into the fishing capability of this area, but it would allow me to sell iron and potentially some fruit. But I wanted to use this area for fishing, not for iron and fruit. Fishing's going to be needed to feed my populace here. then how about I use this area? Like I set up, yeah, if the boats come in here, I can use this for selling fruit and iron. Hell, I can even move my furniture over here if I so desire. Yeah, this could be my industry area. I know this is more convenient because it's closer, but it is a good building area for houses. Whereas this is not good for many things. Alright, that actually sounds better. So I'd have a dock here, potentially another dock here. Yeah, that sounds pretty good actually. We'll try and get to that. If these dogs would stop moving around and start dying faster. But I need population to do all of these things. God's sake, kill the dogs. Like, even this guy's taking a while, and they're just sitting targets for him. The reason I hesitate on doing so much of this stuff, which might seem odd, is that I really don't have the money of doing all the things I want to do. I want to build up a population center and better my trade, and I want this guy to stop running around. There we go. Dead. Dead as a doorknob. I think they're all taken care of now. Right. Dog population is no longer a threat, so we'll get rid of all this crap, even though it's expensive even to get rid of. If there are any more doglets, then they're getting the prefect treatment. Okay, let's think for 5 seconds then. What the heck am I doing? Oh yeah, there is this area potentially, but there's not really enough room for everything I'd want to do. I need to farm a lot more. Well, farming... This is potentially a good place for doing industry. It would be a sad, sad life for anyone living here, but this could be where all the fruit, all the iron. It would need a lot of warehouses close to the one dock that it can support, though. Warehouse, warehouse, warehouse. Oh, it's grim. It's pretty grim. I don't think I'd be able to shift things fast enough from here. Even if I built 3 warehouses here, there'd be no room for getting around. Well, that's not a given. This could work. I don't like only having one dock for it. This would be probably better. Probably, he says. This is only elevated land, it's not rocks, so I can't mine from it. Damn, I just don't have the money for doing any of these things I want to do. Well, let's start looking at this at least. This is a good area for a population center. Integral Hamster says, Jake, I advise you to remember what happens on the map. I wonder what he advises me here. I mean, that's pretty grim advice. Jake, remember. Okay. You know, this really is tempting as the industrial area. I wonder if I could make it work. It would need to have iron, fruit, furniture, all sold from here. I'm reminded of a comment that I read on YouTube that went along the lines of, I wonder how long it takes Jake to decide to change a light bulb. Or something like that. Probably because of my incredibly slow decision-making power at this game. But the decisions are very important. So of course I'm spending quite a bit of time on this. Could work actually. I have the 2 docks here, the warehouses here right next to them, and then this does all the production. It goes That looks very good actually. Again, heavy on the population that I don't currently have, but I could make that work. I need the industry to make the money to build the population center, to get the population that I need to run the industry. Where does anything go? Caesar wants his lost marbles. Yeah, I know that much. But this could be used for the marble quarrying as well. Looking at it, I got like 30 months and we produce 0.4 per month, so a couple of them should take care of that and any future ones that he probably will have. Could just swallow the debt and build up a horrible area for people to live in. Alright, well, let's be bold then. Ah, but it needs to be a ship bridge. Oh well, let's just spend the money. Worry about the costs later. So how would this work then? I want all the 2 iron mines should take care of everything needed here. A single engineer post right about there should take care of all the stuff. And I'll build a little bit of a... not a bad place for it. Should build it over here. A little bit of a labor access. And a warehouse for the iron to begin with. I haven't even opened up the trade route yet, but that should get that going. I'm probably going to fall out with Caesar. He's going to be very angry at me for going into debt. I spent all my money cleaning off the... oh yeah, crap. These guys need road access. But a simple low bridge over here should take care of that, and my money. Oh, and it's... well, it's coming up for the change of the year, so I should get a nice influx of cash for these guys. But this will eat up my remaining workforce that I really don't have. Also, I haven't set up any defenses for the inevitable invasions. And again, I want to use this for population, but no money. No goddamn money. Huh? They disappeared. Oh, Jesus Christ, that bit of water stops us having any access here. Well, this is expensive. Caesar's not very happy. I'm in debt. Please save me, traders. Ceres is particularly unhappy that I've given her nothing. Fortunately, though, the traders
Another successful voyage.
have come to buy my stuff.
The profit from this place makes the seasickness bearable. Haha.
There we go. It's a bit of a long haul, but people can get here, hopefully. Hopefully. Nothing falls down in that time, but they should have access. Then we'll start getting all the iron here and opening a trade route and selling it. Unfortunately, it's going to start pushing up my my number of people. What are the goals of this map, asks Dr. Marsonge. 6,000 people, massive prosperity, lots of peace, maximum favor. All of these are pretty bad things for me, except for the culture. And basically there's just problem after problem with this map. In that it's very difficult, not that there's technical problems with it. But it is very difficult. I need a population center, and this looks like the best place for it. And yeah, I'm still not making my marble, but I don't have the population to do so. But Caesar will get mad if I don't give it to him. Can't even build a warehouse there because it'll block people. But I could build a different warehouse down here. One that only accepts a marble. He asked for 20 tons of it, right? That should be okay. As long as people come across. Now I have to start thinking about this. I don't have that. It always comes back to the lack of bloody money. Right, there's lots of things I want to build, and if I didn't have no money and very little capacity for making more of it, boy would I be building it. But wharves cost 60 a pop, and I need quite a few of them to feed people here. Well, I guess I could just not feed them for a while. That makes a bunch of sense. How's this gonna work, though? The road is grim. Center point's the only real good part for having population in it. Just little bits of water like this is enough to scupper the whole operation. There we go, how's that for a population center? It's... uh-oh. Well, the price of iron was reduced just as I opened up a trade route for it, and now I'm getting invaded with no warning whatsoever. Well, I'm just gonna have to rely on Mars to kill these guys. Note for map makers, if your first invasion ever is a local invasion, the map maker has no forewarning about it whatsoever, and so it's just a you die action. Fortunately, I'm prudent, so I got the blessing of Mars, who should be able to kill them all, which he does, but now I know that I need to build some towers here. Basically, it's a giant dick move, so don't do it. Did I mention the no money and how expensive it is to build up defenses? I don't have the money for this. I do not at all. Alright, population is above 300, so I have to set the difficulty up to very hard mode, just to make things even more unpalatable. And... what was that? People are angry. Well, I'm not so... oh yeah, probably because I'm not paying them at all. Oh, and because Rome increases wages, my my difficulties grow. Financial difficulties. Right, let's just have a bunch of people that are not fed and just basically told to live here and supply labor. The one thing... oh, well, that's not good. Well, population's back below 300. I need to change the difficulty just to boost it above 300, or else I enter horrible glitch mode. If I'm going to build buildings that are 1 by 1, I might as well jam them into areas that are stuck. As in, they can't have something bigger than a 1 by 1, rather than take up area like this, which could have a 2 by 2. So there we go, that should see to you. The immigrants should come back in. Oh, I'm in horrible debt right now. Truly horrible debt with no way out.
Ha! My governors think money grows on trees.
Yeah. Alright, back above 300. Long may it remain that way. I don't have the workers to get the iron over to here. So they're just sitting around with nowhere to put it. Sorry, I'm short on workers everywhere. These guys should come in and fix that. But now that I pay my people, I really eat a lot of costs, and Caesar's going to be very unhappy with me about that. So we got this going, and I'm actually going to open up trade with Capua and start selling my iron, even though it just got devalued. Ugh, 35 a chunk. So up you go, you buy the iron, and away you go.
Pushing cards all day, really?
Another successful voyage. The profit from this place makes the seasickness bearable.
Sure isn't feeling very profitable here. Minus 677.
If it was up to me,
Oh,
I
crap.
wouldn't sail this way. This another successful voyage. I can't wait to do some trading here. I love a good deal.
There's a bit of a problem, I think, in that they are all just going up here and trying to buy iron, whereas I need them to come down here and buy the furniture.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't sail this way. This city never buys anything or sells anything.
That's a bit of a problem. Okay, that's a huge problem, but the furniture is worth more than the iron to me, so I think I'm gonna have to delete it.
I can't wait to do some trading here. I love a good deal.
Alright, you're gone, and even though it takes a while, I'm gonna have you go and get some iron. And I'm gonna have you go and get some iron as well. And I'm going to halt these industries for a little bit.
You again!
Caesar is particularly unhappy because I'm swimming in debt. My debt to Rome is over 1,000 denarii, and favour is dropping fast. And Ceres is continuing to throw pestilence my way. There we go, at least I can start selling my furniture again. And the indigenous people are back, but I have no money and no men to build up defense, so they're gonna come and ruin my city.
You again!
Oh, it too. Gee.
I think my city's pretty dead right now. And okay. Enemies are still on the way. I have no way of actually building up armies here, so they just stroll in and curb my enthusiasm. Caesar wants another 25 tons of marble. And these guys are just sitting around not doing anything else. I think my city's a bit doomed here. Especially since these guys are here and I don't have a way to get rid of them unless... Can I put a prefecture here? Yeah, they could potentially... Oh right, there's no one to get labor from them. And in come the Celts, who've come over to Syracusae.
I am less displeased. Despite all the funds I invest in your city, and the Senate's generosity of credit, you have let me down. Your city has not honored Rome. My faith in you was misplaced, and I'm forced to find another governor to take your place. Perhaps you'll find better in the new role I have in mind for you.
Yeah, basically screw this map, right? It's just throwing everything at you and giving you nothing to fight back with. Which is all the more reason that I'm going to start it up again and find a way to defeat it. However, I am going to remove that wolf sound file if I can. So give me just a moment whilst I try to figure that part out. It's gotta go. If it's gone, then at least I can not focus all my efforts on removing the wolves. So let's see if I can find it first. So these are 3 WAVs. Is there one that is wolf? Wolfhowl.wav. Yeah, that sounds like it. Right, what if we just delete you and then play the game again? Right, let's try one more time. Game speed looks fine. Difficulty should be on hard mode or else we get glitched out. Now, that was awful. Let's try to make it less awful. First and foremost, I absolutely must have a bridge here or else I can't do anything. I should consider that if I want to go here or not. There is the possibility that I don't do that and I instead go up here. If I don't bridge that and instead go here to here to here, then I have access to the iron and the wood and the everything else, and I start selling from here. Again though, I don't really have the money to open up 2 trade routes and create 2 industries, so that's a bit of a problem. What are your exports? Iron, furniture, fruit, pottery and meat. But the trade routes are abusively expensive to open. Here's Athens, it's 4,000 denarii to open. I started off with 3,000. Corinthus, 1,500. Ignore these buying and selling, they don't update when you update the game files for whatever reason. Don't know how to change that. Really the only affordable ones to open up early are Capua and Tarentum, which buy iron and furniture. Brundisium is 1,200 and will buy up 25 fruit, which is okay-ish, but that initial investment is horrifying. It's better to sell furniture, it's the best early game good I have to sell. Looks like the East Island is a good area to settle your export. Yeah, this is good for building the export industry, and this is where we can kind of sell the stuff, but where do the people go? As in, really, where do I stick the people that need to work there? I mean, I could give them a little loop here that has nothing but houses and such. That wouldn't help out a lot, but it would help out a bit, I suppose. Ships would come in, they'd come and but the cost involved in building this is huge. It's 900 denarii. And I would need a ship bridge here. Well, they could go around like this, but then I would only need a low bridge, which is another 360 denarii. It's just so much nothing to work with here. And I run into a big problem if I want to expand my industry, but I've started off selling from there. I might just have to bite the bullet on that one though. Alright, let's consider it without that that initial bridge then. Load in, difficulties in hard. And if we low bridge our way, ooh, 360, and then another 360. I could probably just no, I need space for the warehouses here. Oh. God, it's so expensive. So incredibly expensive. You can get iron from the central rock, yeah. I have to get the iron and then bring it all the way down here. Also needs a bit of housing access there. That's a tiny amount of iron to bring over. The iron only has a range of... No, maybe we could make it up here. We'd get some good early game industry going. But you get invaded here, and oh man, what an invasion. Oh yeah, and they're bloody... Oh my god. Well, let's... Probably gonna have to stick with working with this island for a bit, because I can't see a feasible alternative. Two, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's not good positioning for a warehouse, but you know what is. No, it can be better. Deleting trees is expensive. Deleting anything's expensive. Right, we know we need to open up the trade route with Tarentum for that 15 furniture. 900 denarii down the back. Why give me 3,000 starting denarii when just building bridges and opening trade routes will eat most of that? I'm pretty mad at this map. And look at that. Gone. I haven't even built places for people to live yet. Right, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 50 is 100. It's 200. And 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 5. Can't even build anything for the gods or start an industry or anything without having to ditch into Caesar's loan. Ah well. Like I said, I'm not paying people a penny until I have to. But let's not tax them, because I get mad about tax even if you're not actively taxing them. And we need an engineer post, and we need a doctor.
You got through those funds quickly.
Thanks for the rescue loan, but he's not happy about having to give me that, is he? Let's also set our salary a bit lower. Okay, come on. Let's beat this map out of spite. We'll make a tiny scratch of money out of this. And I should make my my gods a bit happier. Neptune, Mercury. Mars, and I'm not sure if I need to impress Venus when when I have low population, but I will. Alright, basic enough to start us off, but more will be needed. I'm gonna mothball furniture until I have everyone in, because even if we have people working here, they're not going to do anything because they don't have the wood yet. Get the warehouse right there for furniture. And I'm almost in debt again, but now I think I have everything built that's going to be needed. Alright, and I can also probably start getting furniture going. There we go, all activated. Right, Blessing of Mars will save us from the first dick move invasion. And it is a dick move, I'm not just being what people would call salty these days. Mercury helps us by giving us nothing, and we start selling the furniture. Everything we can to get some money going. Then I need to consider, what do we do with the first batch of money we get? I should probably invest in making more money, but the thing is, it's a big investment. I want probably the best bang for buck that I can do is... oh jeez, I have no idea. If I mine iron here, then yes, I could probably get it over here. There'd be some inefficiencies, but I'll build 2 and see what we can do with that, because 2 I can still do with my current workforce. I'd probably move one of my 2x2 tents over here though. Smaller the bridge, the better the bridge, but god, they are expensive to build, even the crap ones. Alright, I can't go here. We have all the wolves getting in my way. Oh, let's not do that until we actually have the money coming in. There we go. So, unfortunately, even doing this costs a fair bit in terms of workers and resources, but 2 of you coming down, coming around, and around a bit more, and even more, until you get to here. Ceres destroys my crops as if I even had any. And I'm probably gonna have to put the houses here. But yeah, engineer post will be needed regardless. And what do? Do I have you accept iron and we see how far they're willing to push it? Probably. I can't really afford another warehouse. Right. I've gone above 300. I'm not going to stay that way. We are going to delete. That's a bad one. How about taxes? It's easier to see people this way. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gone. Gotta stay below 300. Oh, it happened anyway. They got really mad because I went above 300 pop, but they'll see the bright side and start coming back. So there we go. Iron's coming along. Oh, that is horrifically inefficient. They're going to work at about 50% efficiency, meaning I need either a couple more or to build a closer warehouse. Closer warehouse wins. Hopefully you get access to labor one way or another. Anno did it pretty well in how you can show that, but there we go. You set to get that. Wait, why are they? Oh, right, you don't have labor access. There you go. You got it. Barely. And now I need to open up trade with Capua, who buy iron. 600 denarii down the pan, but now we can export it. Hey, Aristo. Okay, these guys should be working at 100% efficiency. If and only if they visit the warehouse. He has very poor access to labor. Why are they not bringing it to you?
I reckon it'd be quicker to push these goods to Rome than where I'm going.
They just hate delivering to here. Even though you accept the iron. Alright, perhaps I have to tell them not to accept, so they start going here. There we go. Unfortunately, you are going all the way up there to buy the goods, which is causing quite a bit of a hold up.
Another successful voyage. The profit from this place makes the seasickness bearable.
Okay, price of furniture went way down by 40. Fortunately, kind of sold all I can there for now. Okay, this is borderline acceptable. We have money. The industry is garbo, but it'll have to do. Now, for expanding my population, which I really want to do, how do we go about it? There's wolves bloody everywhere. I could go over here and deal with the Brazilians. But that seems rubbish as well. It's all rubbish. There's nothing but rubbish here. Like, how was I meant to be dealing with the wolves when I have no army, hamster? What was the thinking behind that? There's an island with exactly 1 farm ground worth of fruit if you want to try your fruit selling. Yes, there is. I can build a single fruit farm here. I was looking at that earlier. Let's consider some thoughts there. If I want to sell to Brundisium, it costs 1,200 denarii to do so. 1,200. Fruit sells for 30 a pop. So how many cartloads of fruit do I have to sell before I start making money on that? Here's the bonus round to the question. Inflation hits pretty hard. I have to pay people a lot. I have to employ 10 people at a fruit farm. 10 people. At what point does it become worth it? At all. I also have to build and staff a warehouse. I have to make it that the fruit can actually get there. There's no profit to be had there. No profit to be had at all. Of course I could build a fruit farm here, but this would complicate things drastically. And it still doesn't address the fact that I have to fork up 1,200 to open up the goddamn trade route. So no, I don't think I will try my hand at fruit selling. What I want to try my hand at is genociding these wolves, so that I can start populating this island. Now, a good small bridge and small bridge and yeesh. However I cut it, this is fairly disastrous. And a bit more. If we look at the native risk problem, they control a huge chunk of this this place. I would need probably no fewer than 4 missionary posts to placate them all, so it's not good for building on at all. This seems like the best idea, but I still need to kill the wolves, which is still going to cost me a tower. Kill the wolves, build the settlement, feed them with fish, and then at least I have a bit of a population to work with. But it's painful. It's very painful. I also know that the big cheese is going to want my marbles soon. What do I do? Bridge and bridge and... Why not use cavalry and javelins to take care of the wolves? Great idea, Governor Julia. We have neither. At best, we have prefects, but prefects won't divert from the roads to go and kill wolves. My option seems to be tower, but it's probably cheaper to go prefect. But even prefects need access to labor to do anything. What would I do here? You can always enclose the wolves in a circle of the tower. I do not use the exploit where you just... well, you would use aqueducts because they're cheaper. Yes, I could just draw aqueducts around them, but I will never do that. I think my best opportunity is to just go for it and build prefects here to kill them. Lion tamers would be the superior strategy. That's quite expensive. A lion house here for 75 denarii. They'd have to have somewhere to go, and that would be a coliseum for another 500. Gladiator would be a bit cheaper. Amphitheater's only 100. But all of those cost quite a lot of labor. Do wolves use bridges? Yes, yes they do. Follow-up question, do they use gatehouses? That I don't know. Let's find out, because I think it's about the best idea I've got right now. Gatehouse, bridge. I'm going to wall this off just in case they take the corner. Low bridge like so. And then I'm just going to build here. Immigrants are just going to be fed into them like a massive... fuzzy meat grinder. So we get this. We'll have our hapless individuals move in here. I probably need quite a few of them, so... I guess a nice-ish thing about the wolves is that they don't destroy buildings. But I'm going to need to build quite a few prefects here to slaughter the wolves as they come. I need a doctor in the house.
Could you spare some stroopwafels? I haven't eaten in so long.
So who wants to see Nitro get eaten? Oh wow, they're not a fan of even eating the Dutch. I will need prefects aplenty here. Just to slaughter them all. Well, I'm not sure we're going to get much of an opportunity to fight these wolves, because they keep eating the immigrants. Okay, right, I have quite a few people coming in. They're going to expect to be paid, among other things, so let's pay them. Oh, not that much. We're already not taxing them, but they are understandably upset. And I have to set the difficulty up to very hard mode now that we're above 300 population.
You know I don't lift. Why are you making me fight this guy? I'm too weak for fighting. Why are the enemies here? Did you fail at tower defense? Forgive me, Sensei. I'll have to go all out just this once.
Amazing. That line doesn't exist in the original game. Oh, but Max died anyway. Okay. Everyone's getting eaten. Slowly but surely.
I'm too weak for fighting. Why are the enemies? Forgive me, Sensei. I'll have to go all out just this once.
Prefects are pretty awful at fighting, but they should chip away at the wolf population slowly but surely. Or they just keep dying. Well, if we flood them with enough immigrants, perhaps we'll make them too fat and lazy to ever fight again. Alternatively, I just need considerably more prefects, but we don't have the population to support them. Yeah, that's a big problem. Helvete indeed. Come on, you can do it, Max.
Why are you making me fight this guy? I'm too weak for fighting. Why are the enemies here? Did you fail at tower defense?
No, he just keeps dying. Please kill the wolves. Okay, well, slowly but surely we're chipping away at the wolf population. Jake, why are you not using festivals? I mean, they cost a fair chunk of money and they don't really do that much. They'll improve how the gods feel over a very short period of time. And they'll improve how your population feel over, again, a short period of time. Right, throw one if you want. There's a slight chance that I could make Neptune happy enough to double money for me, but I don't like abusing him like that. We'll give it a go though, right? It's only 50 odd denarii that I don't have.
No crime round here, boss. No crime round here, boss.
We're getting there. I desperately need people living here. It's taking... my industries are taking people that I don't have. Okay, I think they're all dead here. Should I invite the other wolves over? I mean, the sooner we get them over here, the sooner they'll die. And I've already invested in the prefects. There we go. Yeah, Neptune is happy. Ceres is still very angry, but Ceres is her own problem. I don't know where we had that festival, though. I don't have anywhere for fun around here. The only fun you get is fighting wolves. Yeah, there's a small chance the wolves will migrate over here and eat some prefect sandwich. Till then, these prefects are just costing me loads of money. And I can't really turn them off either, unless I delete them. Don't want to do that either. I thought festivals make people happier. They do, but the effect is tiny. And it wears off very quickly. So it's really not worth the investment in my view. It's very ephemeral. Ceres is going to be unhappy for a long time.
There's malnutrition everywhere, yet no food to treat it.
Now, do I start feeding these people or not? Soul-searching question, especially since I want to kill you. I really do need to kill them. And I need to set up some defenses here for when I start getting invaded too. Also, I know I get invaded up here and I don't have anything to defend against them. Well, I know I need a gatehouse. My industry is kind of functional. Oh, Helvete. I could set you up here, but it might be better to put the shipyard close by. Somewhere that I can delete it later is ideal for the shipyard. But that's essentially what that is. Alright, I'll just smack you down here. Worry about you later. Seems like a borderline great place for a shipyard. It's not like they need much in the way of manning either here. So shipyards would work for the wharves around here. There's a lot of opportunity for fishing. I hope this works though, they're very close by. I don't know if the ships will have the space to navigate. Alright, part of the reason of doing this was I wanted to kill these accursed wolves. Kill them where they stand. These really ham into my workforce, but I do have unemployment at least.
Either I get some food right now, or I'm gone.
There are many fishing spots, it should work. We'll see if that's the case. Yeah, I think I could make a ring around here. How do the bridges line up? Ring here, around, and then... It's all just rubbish, man. Well, need those ships one way or another. I can't even put a wharf there. Would block the road. Oh, now we're talking. Max is arriving in his number. He's got the triform technique. Unfortunately, it reduces the user's power level, so he's still getting mown down.
There's malnutrition everywhere, yet no food to treat it.
Oh! Jake!
Well, this is grim. Have you used your first loan already? Yes, because there's not enough money to even do the initial buildings. Of course I had to use my money already. Right, we'll do that. See, hopefully at least walk past there to get some labor access, but that's not guaranteed. And I need you to shove your food into a granary. And I could do that with a bridge here. No, I can't because this water gets in the way, so I can't navigate around here. Alright, well at least experiment with getting some fish in here. Well, Neptune's pretty happy about the whole celebrating. He'll double the money I make for the rest of the year. It's November. Jake the engineer. Yeah, these guys probably won't get good engineering. I can change that. Ceres is still unhappy, but that's to be expected. There we go. It's a long way to go, but the fishing boats are making their way over to these guys. And there we go. They fish, they take them home. They fish, they take them home. So I can fill up this granary fairly quickly. The trouble is, this granary can't feed anyone to save its life. And I need more of these guys. I would like to have this replaced with a ship bridge, but ship bridges have to be a minimum length. And I believe... What distance is that? That's 3, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. That's too short for a ship bridge, so that troubles me. Still, this is all right for input of food. Oh good, the tower killed all the wolves. And the price of iron has gone down further. I worry significantly about this. Even if the invasions aren't that big, they only need to reach here, and enemies can tear down buildings in a heartbeat. So I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Okay, that's fine. You already gave boats to everyone that needed it, I believe. Saved me the trouble of deleting you myself. Alright, Mars decided to slaughter those guys for me. And now I can think about actually having people here that I want to have. They will need water. Fortunately, this water in the center can do me at least a little bit of good, because it makes it easier for me to set up a reservoir and start fountaining these guys. Should supply water for most of them here. It's very undesirable living next to this thing, so I'm going to actually smack down a small statue here and here. Should allow most of them to evolve. These guys. Yes, I know you're unhappy, Ceres. One more there. Now, problem for them, as one would expect, they want food, and I'm not currently giving them food. Marketplace is the answer. Unfortunately, Marketplace has to get through this gatehouse. The positioning for that is really awful. Also, are those wolves still about? No, they are not. They're still there, though. I'm probably going to have to get rid of these prefects. They cost me too much money. Bye, Max. If you're paying 24 denarii a month, you'll make 5 denarii profit on that single fruit farm by the end of the game, says Strudel C. Woo. And that's after I pay off the initial 1200 denarii investment to open the trade route, the cost of roads, bridges, right, bridge. 360 denarii to open that up. How many months? Oh right, I would make that much total profit. Well, let's tell it to the bridge. Yeah, some prefectures here would they'd be able to go out and kill the enemies for me. Probably the best bet I have at this point. They need engineering as well, though. Gods are unhappy, but they specifically mean Ceres. I don't want to keep being spammed with that alert, so I will give her a... No, I won't put it there. Let's put it over here, because these people will need religion eventually anyway. I'll put it there so it kind of maximizes its effect on the populace. Right. Now, getting food to these people is going to be a real challenge. All this space is unused, which is a bit unpleasant. Could I not go around it some way? Even going around like that would help out a lot. There we go. It's a bit of a long loop, but it'll have to do. Now, they will need quite a few marketplaces. I shall build 2 currently, but I will need more as time goes on. And these market ladies have to have a road access to that granary, which they do. They'll get that food and feed these people, and they will become large... no, they should become small hovels, as long as they find the area desirable enough, which they certainly do not currently. So the market lady goes out.
The market's out of drink. The market's out of drink.
Yes, it's out of drink. Go and get some.
I brought all these barbarian beers to sell around here.
She counts the fish here as Bavarian beer. That's very quaint. Okay, unfortunately, this small bridge stops this fisherman from going and getting food at a reasonable rate. That's aggravating, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it. He sees this as the closest fishing point as a crow flies, so he wants to go there. This would be better, but he sees this as closest, but he can't go through this bridge, so he paths around here. And that is so much time lost for picking up that food. Still, the market ladies bring back the food.
Oi, these baskets are heavier than my trio of rugrats!
Oh, Mrs. Worm. Kestrel says, "Good afternoon, Jake." It depends on perspective. This is unfortunate. I don't think the priest can make the full round, which means probably the other walkers can't either. Which is a good sign that I probably shouldn't have houses here, but populate them closer to here then. Doesn't look good however you cut it, really. Well, what I do know is that with population growing this large, I need more attention to the gods, but the bigger problem is that I don't have any money coming in outside of my paltry trade. I can start taxing these fools, but even the hovels don't give a lot of dosh. I mean, they really don't give a lot of dosh, and this road is way too long for most people to be using it properly. big problem is that it doubles back on itself here. It's expensive, but I think I'll have to remodel this or else I'm never going to get anything good going here. Like so, and like so. They still need that doctor, so I'm going to keep him in here. That'll do. That should be small enough for everyone to work with. And I still need the reservoir in one capacity or another, so I'll slap it down. That should be good, right? No, I'm going to want more houses over here, so I should be closer. Oh, it's all grim. But this uses up good land that could be useful to me. Whatever, I'll stick it there and see how the water does. Badly is the answer. And I just devolved a lot of stuff because of that. Alright, this should water them all. No, it still does not. It needs to be closer yet. Oh, that is grim. Well, there you go. I can reposition you later. I didn't put down my taxman yet, but I need these people to be stable in being small hovels before I can make any reasonable dosh off of them. So we'll plaza up whatever needs plaza to make that a reality. And the price of marble went up. That would be great if I could sell marble. I cannot. Okay, mostly small hovels here, so I can start throwing down some taxes. But where to tax them? Taxman's range is pretty weak. I'll throw him down there. Oh yeah, the marble that I'm not getting him. If I have 12 months to give him 20 marble, that's a lot of marble things. Where'd these wolves come from? I thought we'd killed them. Well, Max, you're back in business. He will give me an extension on it, but he won't be happy about it. There you go. Ronwe says, such relaxation. Yeah, there's nothing relaxing for me in all of this. Now the wolves come along and eat everyone again, and I can't defend against them because I have no military buildings. Okay, the attack is here. Also, the Celts are on their way, and I don't have anything to really deal with them. So the indigenous people break through my gatehouse with incredible ease. Max ignores them completely. And they come along and destroy my city. That I now have to rebuild with money I don't have. Well, I can but try. So what did they break down? My forum and mostly houses. These were all houses as I recall. Speaking of the forum, did I ever start taxing my people? Let's get that sweet 8% tax and pay the people 2 above Rome. That should make things work. It's all relative, of course. Oh, wonderful. Did I tune in at the exact moment Jake regretted every life decision that led to him playing this map? Asks cheddar is no cheese. Yes, yes you did. So to add to the woes, the Celts are about to invade and I have to go. Why are the wolves still here?
This place is tighter than Dick's headband. I'm being told they need more farmhands.
Alright, if you need farmhands there, I will give them, because otherwise this won't come together. Because I don't have a lot of time to give Caesar his bucket of marbles. Uh-oh. Oh, I really don't have time for that. 3 months to comply, and they need a whole lot that we don't have. And they're eating. And he wants more, and my money's going away pretty quickly. So he's not happy. He gives me a bit of a time extension, but he's made it quite clear that he is unhappy. Missing the recent imperial request through inability or willful neglect harmed your standing in Rome a little. I got bigger things to worry about than my standing at Rome here, but I do have enough to send them off. Here you go, C's bag. And I gotta make more of them, of course. Zero denarii in tax. What is my useless tax man doing?
This city seems to be under the curse of patrician form.
Didn't hear that before.
Bring out your cash. Bring out your cash.
Yeah, we are in very hard mode, which further squeezes down the amount of money you get out of houses, but I would have expected a bit more than no money. Oh, maybe this is the problem. My taxman keeps getting eaten.
Why are the enemies here? Did you fail at tower defense? Forgive me, Sensei. I'll have to go all out just this once.
That's a fantastic line. Well, they're almost all dead. That could be the last of them. Okay, new problem. Celts are going to invade here. I have no way to... There's more of them. And there are more of them here, of course. Celts invading is a serious problem. I already have my barracks set up. Doesn't really have a route up here, but I can give it one. I do not like building gatehouses to gate off my my areas like this, but needs must at this point. Now, how do they get over here? Low bridge seems like a bad idea, or else my ships won't have any way to get around, but there's no other affordable way to do this. So we shall... Yeah, there's actually no way for my for any built ships to get over here at this rate. Well, that it is then. Which means this has to be replaced with a ship bridge. Or else ships won't be able to get around, period. Now, new problem. More of these guys, but the problem evolves further. Well, no, what we can do is put the gatehouse down again. And have death wall here. Reminds me of that other insanely hard map we had before.
Ha! My governors think money grows on trees.
Not full of choices here, Caesar. Well, they're already here. Now you could make the argument, why not just leave them on the island, right? They won't do me any harm. But when you have an invasion, you have no immigrants coming in at all. So you have to deal with them one way or another. I don't think my my army of Max is going to save me from Howard the Stern, Eric the Nervous, Lancer, Bluebeard, and Longbeard.
How can they expect people to slave away all day fixing buildings when there's absolutely nothing to do?
I've been thrown at my own. I've got nowhere to live.
You again!
The positioning of this earthquake will cut off everything else and kill all inhabitants. Meaning the only way to undo that is to have a ridiculously long bridge like you. Yeah. And then come away from you to to there, to there, to there, and all these bridges cost ridiculous amounts of money. Alternatively, bridge up to here, then here, then here, then here. Well, not there, but elsewhere.
Displeased. Despite all the funds I invest in your city, and the Senate's generosity of credit, you have let me down. Your city has not honored Rome. My faith in you was misplaced, and I'm forced to find another governor to take your place. Perhaps you'll find better in the new role I have in mind for you.
Yeah, no, screw this map for good. It's nothing but punishment, okay? There's stuff you can work with here, but you're given no resources to do any of it. Again, you start with 3,000 denarii. You're going to need a trade route opened. Oh, they cost anything from 600 to 4,000 denarii to open up, and each will only buy one trade good. And in order to build anything anywhere, you need to build bridges. And each bridge costs hundreds of denarii. So I don't even think you can get the starting bit going without having to dip into Caesar's bailout loan. The earthquake here ensures that you can't actually use this for any good length of time. And since there's no resources, there's no iteration, right? In this game, you don't slap down a block and that's you good for the rest of it, especially when there's so many unknowns like in this map. So you have to tear things up and rebuild them, which costs money, again, that you don't have. Can't deal with the wolves easily because you have no army. The armies can just stroll in past your defenses because, again, you have no army. It's just, it looks nice, but there are so many things in this map that are clearly just made to aggravate me. So yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing this one ever again. God, I hate this map, and God, I am so done with this for some time. So, yes, I will leave the Empire.